Alright everybody, welcome to game number 2 of Green Machine versus Potential Team. This is the second game in the best of 2, so this will be the final game regardless of the winner. Last game we saw Potential Team. It seems that there's some issues with my in-game microphone. I'm gonna mess with this. Current mic threshold.
Radiant victory.
Oh, looks like we had to remake the lobby. So I have some time to mess with my settings. It's been a little... I don't know why it's kind of... Here, let me voice. Automatically transmit. Alright, welcome to game number 2 of Green Machine versus Potential Team.
Radiant
Machine banning out the Animage, Potential Team banning out the Spectre as they did last game, I believe. Shadow Shaman going to be banned by the Green Machine. That hero was quite the headache for Green Machine last time. Potential Team used it to great effect, pushed down a lot of towers very, very quickly, and also created a lot of early game aggression. Okay, looks like my in-game mic is also working this time, so we should be set to go. Medusa and Spirit Breaker and Push will be the final bans. Green Machine really hating on Potential Team's previous play, but those two heroes set quite the tempo, so I think it's a good idea to ban out at least one of them. I think I probably would have banned the Shaman and not worried as much about the Spirit Breaker.
10 seconds remaining.
And Vengeful Spirit grabbed by Green Machine. It was banned out in the first phase last game, so Green Machine able to get their hands on it this time. Potential team still has access to the Brewmaster if they want to get it. They could also grab the Death Prophet. I know some teams really highly prioritize that hero lately.
10 seconds
but
remaining.
I don't know that that would be such a priority at this MMR.
5 seconds remaining.
Of course, I don't mean to sound
Dire
insulting
team
or
pick.
pretentious, but
Witch Doctor.
Radiant team pick.
Witch Doctor and Nyx quickly picked up. They did not even have to think about that second pick. It could be an offlane Nyx, could be a support Nyx, but the Witch Doctor does kind of... It is another good tempo controlling support. Has a lot of kill potential. You can make a lot of plays with it. The
10 seconds
Malediction
remaining.
is a pretty effective damage boost.
Dire team ban.
Lich picked up by Green Machine, and that was
Radiant
also banned out
team
last game,
banned.
so both teams having their supports. Drow immediately banned out by a potential team. Good call. It could be a very frightening Drow draft with a Venge and a Lich. The Drow becomes so much harder to kill with the Lich, so much harder to zone as well. Of course, the Venge aura stacking with the Drow aura, that heads up pretty quick.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Let's see. There's a good couple of stuns on potential team. I would ban out the Death Prophet in this phase.
Dire
It was
team
picked up
ban.
there last phase. The Void, I think, is also
Radiant
kind of a
team ban.
gimme ban. Like it's there's a Witch Doctor. You ban the Void. And Sven once again banned out. I think Potential banned it out last time too. I know someone banned it out. Yeah, it was Potential because they were Dire last time as well. I'm pretty sure. Like
10
70%
seconds
sure.
remaining. 5
They
seconds
really don't want to. I
remaining.
think Sven would have been
Dire
nasty
team
this
pick.
game too. And Green Machine do
Radiant
get rid of
team
that
pick.
Death Prophet. But Potential weren't thinking about that. They were thinking about Chaos Knight, and now Green Machine gonna need some counters. Since both supports are picked, they can't really grab a Lion to instantly kill off the illusions with the Hex and the Mana Drain. They could always grab like an OD mid. I actually
10
really like that
seconds
hero in this
remaining.
game. It's pretty good against CK. Also does
Dire
reasonably well
team
against
pick.
like Witch Doctor, but they're gonna go with the Axe. That's another solid pick against Chaos Knight. You can just get more spins off if you get a good taunt while his ult's up. Still, Axe is going to need to be careful in the lane. The Witch Doctor by himself with a Malediction and
10
CK
seconds
damage
remaining.
could be a very quick kill on the Axe.
5 seconds remaining.
Potential looking for their fourth pick. I'm not sure if that's an offlane Nyx or not. I feel like it should be a support, but we'll see. I think offlane's probably more popular around this level of play. It's not bad. And actually, I feel like this game off support Nyx probably would be too greedy. I think an offlane Nyx makes a lot more sense for the time being. Also doesn't really help zoning out the Axe if he wants to try to cut waves. Yeah, the mana burn's okay, but you don't even get points in that for a while. So if I'm gonna go off of that this is an offlane Nyx, and potentially are looking for another support as well as their mid. Could do something wacky like a mid Nyx that just completely catches me off guard, but I sincerely doubt that. So Death Prophet got banned out. They're less early game centric this time. I think they've got a lot of late game insurance with their. I think they can play well early game, but I think Green Machine has a really frightening early game draft right now. I don't remember if Death Ward procs Counter Helix or not, but it would proc it a lot, I imagine, if it did. Again, not 100% sure if it does. So I won't make any promises on that. Hopefully we'll get to actually see that interaction in this game. Would allow me to get a bit more of a gauge on things. But they're really burning into their reserve time here. I would suspect...
Radiant
I would
team
say...
pick.
Okay, they're going to go with the brew. So it is a support Nyx. I imagine... It could be a mid brew, though. So I'm going to guess support Nyx, offlane brew, and they're looking for their mid as their final pick in this game. Green
10
Machine
seconds remaining.
looking for their mid and their one position carry. They're going to need something that
5
not necessarily can
seconds
man up
remaining.
against the Chaos Knight, but that cannot be instantly killed by it.
Dire
They could go
team
Gyrocopter.
banned.
That'd be pretty good. Hey, they win it. Yeah, Gyro, a great pick for them in this game. Really great pick. Awesome against Chaos Knight.
Team
It's not amazing against Nyx because you pretty much stun yourself every time. But he'll have a BKB at some point, probably second item or so, maybe third, and he won't be too concerned about that. Yeah, the Gyro I think is probably the best carry that they could pick in this game. Flat cannon and all that
10
AoE will
seconds
destroy CK
remaining.
illusions incredibly quickly. Before he gets his BKB though, he's
5
going to want to be
seconds
cautious. If he
remaining.
gets hit by a reality rift, he'll probably just die if there's CK illusions. Now, Green Machine need to ban. It's sort of hard to say because this could be an offlane brew or a mid
Radiant
brew,
team pick.
but they're going to ban the Invoker, a mid hero, just to be safe. Green Machine for their mid, I still really like Outworld,
Dire
but they could
team
go
pick.
Puck or something too. But they're going to go Ember. It's actually really good too. Again though, stuns itself on the Nyx. I like the Outworld a lot because you can banish the Nyx during his Carapace. You can banish the Witch Doctor and potentially banish for a Shadow Fiend. I like, if I were to play on one of these teams, I would rather be playing on Green Machine in this game. I think Potential has a good team. I think it's decent, but I think Green Machine have a much easier to execute team. All of their heroes can fight with little or no items. They get 1 or 2 items and they have a huge power spike. Potential, they want space for this Nyx, space for this Chaos Knight, and space for the Shadow Fiend. Unlike last game, they don't have quite as many heroes to create it. A lot's going to be riding on the backs of this Brewmaster and Witch Doctor to ensure that their other cores or the other heroes can find the space that they need, and even Witch Doctor wants some items and levels. Definitely a very greedy draft on Potential, but if a greedy draft works out, it pays off in dividends. So we will see if they're able to get that or not. All right, looking at both these teams, going to start with the Radiant, who I am favoring in this game. That's Green Machine. The real Goku
for
playing
battle.
Axe. Joel Kuhn playing the Vengeful Spirit. Protein on the Gyrocopter. No shirt, no webcam at twitch.tv is Lich. And last but not least, Ember Spirit being played by Lance. Okay, that's either an I or a lowercase L. I'm just gonna call him Lance for now, or it's like Ian or something. Anyways, on the side of the Dire, Potential Fireman making an encore performance on the Brewmaster. Nyx Assassin being played by All To Be Kind. 204 playing the Shadow Fiend. Chaos Knight by Oblax, and last is the Witch Doctor by Dr. Dread.
30 seconds remaining.
A sec while I adjust my mic, get it a little further from my face. Smoke. You're looking for something to Lich. Not quite positioned to pop the smoke. Oh, but the Shadow Fiend smoke did break. Oh, but they popped the Maledict. They don't have a stun though. The Nyx Hail, if he hits it, they might be able to get something. But no, it looks like we're just going to get some harass off and get that bounty rune as well.
Heroes
So 3
roll
bounty
out to
runes
the
going
field
for
of glory.
Potential. First blood eludes them. Taking a look at this mid matchup, it starts out
This is
pretty
quite
well
exciting.
for Ember, but quickly, spirals. That's just the nature of Shadow Fiend. A couple last hits and suddenly he's doing a ton of damage, and you can't really lane against him. Ember does alright because his Flame Guard will allow him to beat some of these razors without having to worry too much about the damage. But Ember is going to be pushing pretty quickly, trying to get some harass. Taking a tower shot though, and Nyx is already here. The Flame Guard is gone. The Impale does connect, but SF not really in the neighborhood to get follow up with any right clicks. Maledict catching on 2 heroes. Surprised that he started Malediction. I think Cask would be the better level 1 killing spell. Anyway, Maledict doesn't really get that great until rank 2. Rocket Barrage. It got nerfed forever ago, back in the TI5 days when Jaro was just the greatest hero of all time. So, I mean, that's 7 damage, 10 rockets per second, 70 damage per second for 3 seconds. It's 210 damage. It's not bad, but it doesn't feel that strong anymore. Another dual lane. Yeah, the Lich in the off lane is so common. it really messes with the lane for the safe laner. Yeah, Shadow Fiend in terms of CS needs to, once he gets a little bit more, he'll be a little bit better off. Ember Spirit seems pretty comfortable in this lane. Oh, a stun onto the Lich. He's getting low, has the Malediction on him. That last hit killed him? I'm not sure. He eats a Tango and just does survive. Oh, Vengeful Spirit. Maybe you're going to try to get that bounty rune. Has to point our Wave of Terror. But actually missed the Wave of Terror. Gets the Magic Missile off. And Nyx will have his stun available for when the bounty rune spawns, so he can get it. Looks like there's a little bit of lag, so we are going to have a short pause. During this pause, I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Forgive me. Oh, and another 2 DCs, so it's a good thing we got this pause. I want to say each team has like 10 minutes of pause time. I'm not sure. Hope you can't hear me swallowing water like some animal. But Shadow Fiend now starting to get his stacks up in the mid. Does a lot more damage than this Ember, so Ember will have to use Flame Guard to assist in his CSing, but even then, it'll be a little bit difficult to guarantee if 206, is it 206? Of course it's 204. 204 is really on it, and then he won't really be able to CS much at all unless he manages Equilibrium, which he's doing pretty well. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight, I don't think is going to have any issues in this lane. Besides that, this Lich is really going to make the Witch Doctor. He's stacked, so he'll be pulling. That does mean, okay, that's good. If they're going to need these pulls, because if they don't get them, then it's going to be really, really hard to lane against this Axe. He'll get pretty far ahead. CK will have less farm just in general than the Gyro, just less will be available to him. CK also notoriously bad at recovering in terms of farm, as he doesn't really have a farming item he builds. He doesn't really have a farming spell. Everything is single target. Everything is oriented against enemy heroes. You don't want like a Maelstrom on him. I don't usually see SNY. It's like an Armlet and what actually do I see on CK? I don't see that hero much at all, but I know Armlet is super good on him. Sometimes you'll get a Basher, Manta. Oh, Manta style is really good. He can get a Yasha to farm, I suppose. That's okay. CK doesn't really want BKB because it doesn't help his illusions that much. He's a very stat-oriented hero, hard to harass. I think he'll... BKB's not that great this game for him. He needs to tank up his illusions to survive the Gyro damage, for sure. I mean, Flat Cannon, Rocket Call Down, Rocket Barrage even. But I think he really needs to ensure that he gets a bit ahead against this Gyrocopter in terms of CS, or at least stay even, maybe get some kills. Because he can't farm as fast as the Gyro. The Gyro just farms so quickly that, I mean, this hero is disgusting. Yes. Yikes.
Now, where were we?
Just what the doctor ordered. Illusion! Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
How many tight?
Invisibility.
Have another. I insist.
For you, Beatrix, for you.
Speedy rune of haste.
Strike me, coward.
Axe cuts no more.
This is pawning. Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business.
Thanks be to you.
I'll take that.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
Soldier's dead.
Wait for it. It was a mercy killing.
Mission bottom!
Look at it go.
Quite dangerous, this one.
That'd make a big mess.
It's your turn. Bottoms up!
Radiant's bottom tower has uninvited guests.
Good for my tower.
Is under fire. This is
Empowers me. Behold my searing gaze.
I curse.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower may need a hand. Radiant's middle tower is not safe. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
A chilling assault.
Hail to night.
Dire's middle tower is under fire. Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business. Radiant's top tower needs bandages. Radiant's top tower is getting walloped.
The hearth grows cold.
Dire's bottom tower is on its way further down.
Where's my pension?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Here, a hero dies.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business. Radiant's top tower is gone. Dire's middle tower is under fire.
The ruin of haste.
Carnage.
Out of fuel. Soul for my collection.
Radiant's middle tower Radiant's middle tower has fallen. This is Radiant's middle tower is not safe. Dire's bottom tower is in turmoil. Radiant's middle tower may need a hand. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower was smashed into pieces. Dire's bottom tower is on its way further down. Dire's bottom tower was denied. Dire's top tower isn't well at the moment. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire has strengthened their structures. Situation. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under fire.
I'll take that.
I'll take that.
I should thank you.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is getting Radiant's top tower was crushed to smithereens.
my mic muted. Sorry about that. When I fixed my in-game mic, it broke the... Alright, sorry, I had to tab out. It seems my mic did bust. Hopefully, that's going to be like 5 minutes of silence. Really, really sorry about that. I don't know how that happened. That's really depressing. Very, very sorry about that. I'll keep a closer eye on it next time. The bottom tower getting very, very low, and it should be a free tower.
Has uninvited guests.
Ember, though, as I was saying in the 5 minutes of silence, sorry. I did fix it, so that's good at least. Yeah, without the travels, Ember won't be able to create space for his teammates. That's the biggest issue I have with this. Oh, the Death Ward doing a lot of damage. Ember jumping away from cookies again. The call down coming in as well. Now Chaos Knight popping his ult. And now the Chain Frost coming out, trying to do some damage, but the Brew Spirit's taking up all of it. Although one Spirit did die. The Vengeful Spirit slaughtered. Speaking of dying spirits, but a great call from the Axe, but the raises, he's not going to get the SF. Chaos Knight gets solo, but will not get that kill. But the Axe will not get that kill. Nyx Assassin, though, very deep in, will go down. Ember fortunately surviving in that engagement, but I don't think they can save this. Ember jumping forward, has chains up in a few seconds, but now caught inside that. And now the Reality Rift catches one, and the last stun, that might be enough to finish him off. He's super slow. The Ray's not quite going to last. Reality Rift pulls him back in, and he goes down. Chaos Knight shredding them.
Under attack.
Blink could get it. He gets the call off. Will he get a good enough spins to get the dunk? But it doesn't look like it. Not quite able to get that dunk. But he will go down to the Battle Hunger, and Lich will die to the right clicks of Fiery Man on the Brew. Now it looks like this first lane of Rax is claimed by Dire Heroes. Potential team going to close this out in 3 buybacks. A massive gold swing. That's going to be a massive gold swing. Taking a look at it, it's nearly 20k now for Potential. Almost an okay fight for Radiant, but Green had to buy back on 4 of their heroes, 3 of their heroes. They have buyback on Lich and Venge. They don't have buyback on any of their cores. I'm trying to think, looking at this, how I come back as Green. Gyro needs to get a lot more items. He's going for the Ags. It's going to be a good increase for him. The Nyx stun connects. A mana burn as well. 2 raises, and Gyro ripped out of the skies. Very difficult to recover when you keep dying, and it's not even necessarily. He has to go out and farm that, I think. Nowhere's really safe, and it looks like GG's just called. They can't get their farm, they can't get their comeback, and the game goes the way of Potential. And that is a 2-0 win for them. And again, sorry about that little technical blip that I had, but I hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and congratulations to Potential, who it really just felt like outmatched Green. I think in the second game, Green improved a lot on their draft. I actually loved what they did with the draft. I think execution was just a little bit lackluster. I think, again, you leave the Gyro in a 1v1 situation against the Brew. It's not horrible for him. He can farm with Rocket Barrage when he's blinded. It's hard for Brew to kill him until later. And you just have Venge and Lich tri-lane up against that Chaos Knight, preventing Nyx Assassin or Witch Doctor from roaming anywhere, as opposed to kind of giving them a free reign. Shadow Fiend also played extremely well in the mid lane and dominated that Ember. And I don't really agree with the Arcane Boots pickup. I can kind of see where he was coming from, but Travels would have allowed him to create a lot more space. However, they never really got any space to begin with, so we'll never really know. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed the cast, and congratulations to Potential for taking their 2-0 win in the first week of the 80-12 Season 19 group stages. I really look forward to casting some more of this season of the 80-12, both Heroic Division and this one. And I look forward to seeing each of these teams advance, and I hope Green kind of takes this loss as a learning experience, and as opposed to getting beat up about it, sees where they were a little bit weak and recovers. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Nefarious, and I hope to see you all soon.